माँ शारदे के चरणों में नमन करते हुए माँ भारती को प्रणाम करता हूँ और मंच पर उपस्थित महानुभावों, परम आदरणीय प्रोफेसर प्रसन्ना जी, आदरणीय श्री नवीन मित्तल जी, श्री डेनियल चुबुरु जी, मिस करणप्रीत कौर जी, जोलियाना जी डी, सबसे पहले परम श्रद्धेय माननीय मंत्री जी, प्रोफेसर टी पापी रेड्डी जी, संजय गुप्ता जी, और क्षमा चाहूँगा अगर किसी का नाम छूट गया हो, और इस हॉल में उपस्थित सभी प्रबुद्धजन, मैं आप सबको प्रणाम करता हूँ, नमस्कार करता हूँ। और यहाँ पर इस गैदरिंग में आने के लिए, जहाँ से हम कुछ लेके जाएंगे, उसके लिए पूरा आशान्वित हूँ। At the outset, I would like to say that what is the aim of education? You know, in our ancient culture, in our tradition, and which is now accepted worldwide, that the aim of education is to become a good human being, first of all. So, and that we have, it has been amply described in our texts, that Manur Bhava, be a good human being. And then obviously, if a good human being, then he has to become a good citizen. And for the benefit of the entire society, for the entire humanity as such. So, what is the concept which is now being talked about in all over the world, which UNESCO has taken over, and on which we are going to talk, that how to build a global alliance for ensuring inclusive, equitable, and employable education through forging international partnership. Now, this was existing with us since very long. We had got the concept of, unique concept of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, which then at that period of time, maybe nobody would have thought also. So we as a country, I'll say that Bharat is not a country, but it is a civilization in itself. It has got so many cultures, so many language, so many things that all the terrain available in the world is available here. You talk about any terrain, you talk about any weather that exists in India, in Bharat. So we are a civilization, and now when the entire world has recognized this, obviously, you know, over the period of time, somewhere like we have developed economically, the entire world, we have got so much of technology coming into the world, but at some point of time, we might have forgotten something. That is why somebody is lagging behind, far behind, and there is unequitable transference of maybe knowledge, education, economic status. So, and the most alarming thing is that our environment is becoming so deadly that just imagine if just for 5 seconds, if we don't get oxygen, just for 5 seconds, you can't imagine, the world will crash. We will not exist to see what will happen to us or to our world. So somebody must have given a thought. You know, in everything, in water, there is oxygen, hydrogen and oxygen, so that will disintegrate. In our body, 70% is water, that will disintegrate. It's all buildings, you know, concrete buildings are all, they are all bind up through oxygen, that will come down. Engines will stop because they require oxygen to burn. So just imagine, just for 5 seconds, if we don't have oxygen, so the entire world will collapse. And that's what we are doing. We have to, before, I'm just giving a preview of what is the problem, then obviously I'm not going to discuss only about the problem. Because speaking about the problem, everybody knows more or less what is the problem. But actually, we don't practice in our real life. You see, we start with the little bottles. These are such plastic waste. Water is waste. In my organization, in NCRT, we conduct so many seminars, conferences. We have stopped plastic bottles. We are just giving in water containers and glasses. So that we should follow the use of napkins. We don't know how many trees are cut for this. So we as a world have to think on all these lines, because there are so many people who are starving. There's so many people. You talk about education, we don't get proper food. And there was something discussion was going on. There is no we have to work together. Public-private partnership. Without this, we cannot sustain. It is not the role of only government and government officials to work on this. It is the role of entire population. It is the role of entire citizen. We have to know our duties also. Like we were talking about the education system. So coming back to that, this concept of sustainable development, when it was taken up by United Nations in 2004, when they made it a plan, and in 2015 they decided that by 2030 we have to take everybody along, and they had put some goals for that. So there are various goals on education, environment, and other things. We are sitting here particularly for education and what we have to do on education. So first of all, I'll focus what NCRT is doing in this aspect. So first of all, we have to take the trends which is going in the modern times. So we are equipped with the modern technologies, online courses, massive online courses are there. So many courses for the training of the teachers, in service, pre-service, and so many apps have been developed by NCERT. If you go on the website of NCERT, you will find so many apps. If you download it, you can get the curriculum, you can get the entire syllabus, you can get the books on your mobile phone only. Other than that, we have got the major responsibility of training teachers, pre-service and post-service. For that, we have initiated a massive program countrywide, which is going on, that is holistic development of the teachers and the school heads, which is going on. It is going on in all the government schools all over the country. And it is a big success because, a teacher has to know two things, that what to teach and how to teach. So if one knows that what to teach, so that is 9 marks. But if he or she doesn't know how to teach, then 9 into 0 is 0. And 9 into 9 becomes 81. So it has got two things on which we are focusing. We are giving standard operations that this is the line on which one has to move. And later on, it can incorporate the things of the local origin or the things which are locally relevant. So that is there. And apart from that, we have conducted a National Achievement Survey in 2017. It was also one of its kind in the world, in which in such a large number, the survey was conducted for class 3rd, 5th, and 8th. And on the basis of that what is the difference, what the student should be taught and what he is ought to learn. What he should be taught and what he is ought to learn. And in that, what the gap was, that was taken as learning outcomes. And the gaps, we are focusing on gaps. And whatever is now being made, so to fill up those gaps. How we are doing it, we are now, including we are doing the extension programs like on health issues. Yoga has been included in the syllabus. largely in all the classes in chapters wise. And we are conducting a national yoga Olympiad every year, in which students of secondary level, they come from getting selected in their state, and for national level they come to Delhi. In NCRT we conduct that. And to promote the other co-curricular activities in the students, we are conducting Kala Utsav. That is also on that platform for mainly for the government schools only. And students, they are selected from block level, district level, state level, and then to come at the country level. Apart from this, we are also doing national role play, in which the various problems that can come forward, and students, they can understand it through small skits or role play. They do it, they perform it there, and they understand it. It is said to be a competition because then there has to be some interest inculcated in the students. Otherwise, they participate very actively. And it is good to see that students from far-flung places in our country, they come and they see the train for the first time, or maybe lift for the first time. So this is a kind of interest, and that is a lifetime achievement for them, and which they will carry on. So for tackling the development, we are also conducting regular programs for environment. That is also has to be taken in a big way, and that has been included in our syllabus also at various levels. Other than this, it is very important for us to understand our culture, our traditions. So many, the entire world is existing in India. If you come to think of it, so much of thing, so that is also being done. So a person has to, a mother tongue, the importance of mother tongue is being induced in a big way. So if a child learns the basics, he should learn in a mother tongue so that he can understand later on other aspects of life. So this was basically a summary that what NCRT is doing, and in our new education policies, policy which is going to come. I don't know how many of you have gone through that, because that was in the website for very long. The draft and the suggestions has come after many suggestions, over the lakhs, 2 lakh suggestions, and people of the country have taken interest, and all stakeholders, parents, teachers, students, and all other who have got interest in education, they have taken a lot of interest in that. And on the basis of suggestions, we are going to come up, which is the requirement of the time. It will come up very soon, in which now students will get varied options. With maths, one can study geography. So if you have gone through the national education policy, which is going to come up, it has got now with understanding the country first, and then understanding the world. Then only one will become a good citizen, and then a good citizen because today world is a global village. And now we have to implement that. So that is going to come very soon. So in new education policy, we are getting interdisciplinary areas, because now the job or the employability as such will be decided by the market force. What is the requirement of today? So the students have to learn what is required today. For that, varied options have to be there. And this is basically a changing thing. Education is a dynamic process which changes with time. The requirement also changes with time. So we have to adopt with that responsibility, or of making students learn of the environment, what is required right now. So this will give you interdisciplinary approach, and the students will also develop this. So this will not only, we are also going for inclusive education in a big way, though it was existing, but now it is being included in the mainstream. it will not be called inclusive students, inclusive education for some students. It will be included in the mainstream. So they are not felt, left behind kind of thing. So these are the things which are being done. And one must have heard about aptitude test also, which is going to be made very soon. It is, though the booklet is out, but maybe it be sent to the schools to check the aptitude of students, because this is also one of the major causes of students not going to the place where they ought to be. So aptitude test will be done, and the parents will also be told, counseled, that which students is fit for what subject. So these are all the things which NCERT is doing, and our everything is available on our website. If you go on our website, that is all available, that whatever we have developed, whatever app we have developed, which is rated as one of the best in the country. We have got prize also for that. And we are going along with the time, changing the things as the student requires. And very soon, when the new education policy is there, so many other changes may also be on the cards. With this, I end. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.